All right, let's talk about the best TV shows of 2020. The way I'm looking at it, I didn't order it right, but I'm going to try and order it right for you right here. I'll start with number 10, which I can't believe this is still the same year, 2020. Tiger King. It comes in at 10. It was a goddamn phenomenon for a hard week into a month. I think it was like everyone was obsessed, and rightfully so. It was a fucking amazing show. So I had that as 10. Number 9, I had Upload. I like this show a lot. I was not crazy about the male lead, the protagonist at the beginning. I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to get on board with this. It feels a little forced. But then it came around due to the supporting cast. So I'm looking forward to season 2, if there is going to be a season 2. McMillions, I had it number 8. Just a absurd docu-series about that friggin' Monopoly game at McDonald's. Which I don't know if I ever actually played, but the fucking FBI agent, what's his face, who's just like so gung-ho and like energetic, but like kind of dopey at the same time, and just like loved playing parts. Like I think he wanted to be an actor. Number 7 is Umbrella Academy. I just discovered the series this year, so I actually watched season 1 and season 2. You know, I know the superhero genre is kind of like a little oversaturated. It seems like it's every other week there's some other new show or movie about superheroes, but it didn't feel like that. Didn't feel like the Marvel type superheroes. It felt very grounded and down to earth. Number 6, Solar Opposites. I'm not like a diehard Rick and Morty fan. I kind of binge it once the season's done. Like maybe I'll try and catch it when it's going on, when it's happening. But, you know, I typically just binge it after the season's done. It's an animated series. I'm pretty sure all 10 episodes or however many episodes were just available at once. You could binge it all at once, and I did. Hard. I highly recommend if you like Rick and Morty. Number 5, I have Dead to Me. That friggin' show, dude. Every episode is good. And if you're thinking, oh, this is like a not so good episode, Dead to Me, the final like minute to 2 minutes will completely change your mind. It's like they always find a way to fucking flip mode the situation and turn it into a cliffhanger. Christina Applegate and the lady from Freaks and Geeks, and she was a New Girl. Very cute. And also, what's his face? From James Marsden, Sonic the Hedgehog and Westworld and everything else under the sun. I'm going to go Westworld season 3 at 10. Fuck it. So 10's Westworld season 3, even though I was like, it's probably not the best season of Westworld. It still kept my interest that I want to see season 4. And that's good, right? Good enough. And so 9's Tiger King, blah, 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 blah. So 4 is Dead to Me. 3 is The Mandalorian. Hell of an ending. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I got it spoiled for me on Twitter. Thanks, Twitter. I like where that show's going. I think there's going to be all kinds of spin-offs from it. I mean, I guess it's not so much a spoiler now if you haven't watched, but there is a character in The Mandalorian that's going to get his or her, or his and her, own spin-off series. Had a surprise cameo guest appearance in the finale. It's set up for a big major showdown going into season 3. It's what Star Wars should be, or should have been. Number 2 is The Last Dance. I mean, that fucking docuseries was just electric. You know, when Jordan entered the league, I was 4 or 5. When he started to hit his stride and got his first repeat, I was like 10, 11, 12. And then his second repeat, I was 14, 15, 16, I think. So, yeah, it was like my formative years. And you always look at Michael Jordan as like this. As a kid, you didn't really know about the gambling or the father being killed possibly because of the gambling. You just didn't know any of that. I mean, I did know his father died, but I don't remember him being like murdered. I mean, you knew he was a competitor, but you didn't know to what extent when you're a kid, because you didn't get to see the behind the scenes of like how he could be relentless with his teammates. So that was a really fun watch. And they're going to do one on the 86 Mets, brah. It's going to be so good. And then number 1's The Boys. I mean, I couldn't sing its praises enough. I fucking love The Boys so much. And I think that's going to get a spin-off series as well. Just love how much of a prick Homelander is. And Carl Urban as Billy the Butcher. Mother's Milk. Even just everyone just nails their part so well. And it's just grungy and grimy and filthy. And another one of those shows similar to Dead to Me, where it's just like it finds new ways to surprise you and catch you off guard. Honorable mentions, I already mentioned one of them, The Undoing. For what it was worth, I mean, it kept you guessing. We ended up rewatching it with the in-laws over the holidays, and it was just amazing, on the second watch to see everyone's gears turning and them asking the same questions that we were asking and like trying not to tip them off. We're like, well, I don't know. So many times where they ask questions and you know the answer and you're like, I don't know. You're trying to like say I don't know in a way that doesn't tip them off. In progress on these top TV shows of 2020. Queen's Gambit, I think we're in episode 3. But man, what a start to that show. It's a show about friggin' chess, and it's amazing. Well, Anya Taylor-Joy, I mean, she's just like, she could be fucking watching paint dry, and you're like, this is intense shit. Lovecraft Country, what I mentioned, I am on episode 2 and I'm already hooked. We started watching Haunting of Bly Manor right around Halloween, and I was just like, this is too intense. I don't know if I'm in the mood to have like back to back night terrors. And then top TV shows that I have not seen that I would like to see. Ted Lasso, I think this is on Apple Plus. It's with, he just broke up with Olivia Wilde. He was in We're the Millers. I cannot believe I can't remember his name at this point. That is amazing. The Outsider, which I think is with Jason Bateman, Stephen King adaptation on HBO. The Plot Against America, another HBO show. HBO is just like, Netflix was like, hey, HBO, check this out. We're greenlighting everything. And then HBO was like, oh shit, let's greenlight everything. So now they have like a lot more shows, but a lot more good shows as well. Plot Against America. I feel like that's the show where it's like, I want to say it's the one where we didn't win World War II, but I don't think that's right. An alternate American history during World War II told through the eyes of a working class Jewish family in New Jersey as they endure the political rise of Charles Lindbergh, who captures the presidency and turns the nation towards fascism. Fantastic. I love alternate realities. I want to be in one. And then Raised by Wolves. I think this is also on Apple Plus. 2 androids are tasked with raising human children on a mysterious virgin planet. As the human colony threatens to be torn apart by religious differences, the androids learn that controlling the beliefs of humans is a treacherous and difficult task. Honorable mention, The Morning Show. I guess I should have put The Morning Show. I really like that show. So maybe I'll put Morning... I have to go back and revise it. But I'll give an honorable mention to The Morning Show. But it's right there with Westworld. So you could swap in either one, Westworld or The Morning Show at number 10.